Welcome to the 18th edition of the Crypto Doctor Show with our crypto challenge of turning 2,500 into $1,000,000. Yesterday was such a busy day. I woke up from 6 a.m. I wasn't done till like midnight. I was doing so many things back to back, business, meetings. You name it. I just didn't have time to record my day, my number 17. So this is going to be kind of like a recap of day 17 and day 18 combined, right? But I have some great news and let's get to it. So the numbers, let's look at the stats. Our initial capital was 2,500. We are currently $3,001. So we grew our capital by $501 in basically 18 days. The daily target was 29.60. So we have surpassed our daily target by a little bit over $40. Let's look at the math for this challenge, right? And I was having a great conversation today with another colleague, another doctor, and we were discussing finances. We were discussing the math, compound interest, and how this crypto challenge experiment is, in one way, it sounds insane to be able to grow 2,500 to $1,000,000, and but if you can consistently stick to the formula and to the plan, to the strategy, right? Stick with 1% a day, then one day you're just at one day closer to your $1,000,000 mark. So we started out with 2,500, then we went, so progressively we've been growing at 1%. There were 2 days where I was actually down significantly, and then there were other days like the day before yesterday where we just had some astronomical gains. And that's when you have that momentum, you have to take your gains and re-strategize for the next day. So as far as day number 18, today is February 2nd, 2023. As you can see, the goal for today was to generate $29.31, and that should put us at $29.60. And as you can see, let's go back to the stats. We're actually at $3,001. Let's look at the exchange so we can actually track the progress. So right here, what you're looking at is basically my growth, right? So I started this, if you can look back, this is kind of like around January 17th when we switched over we were using Binance US exchange, and we decided to switch over to Kraken Pro because of so many reasons. Number one, as a cybersecurity person, security is number one. With Kraken Pro, I have the capability to use a cryptographic key made by myself and my team, the Crypto Doctor, which enhances our security. And I will give you one of these days, we're going to touch on the cybersecurity topic, and I'll tell you a story on how I was able to defeat a group of cyber criminals that were trying to get into my exchanges. And the end result, I'll tell you about the investigation that was done, and crazy story that I can tell everybody in the public. And all that could have been prevented with having a physical key. So cyber security is an important aspect of growing your crypto wealth. The other reason is because it has these tools. Like, for example, here we can track my portfolio. We started out back in the 17th, and we can see how it was going up. It increased from 541 to 599, 2658. At some point I was actually down. As you can see, I went all the way up to 2739, and then I lost like about $100, and I went down to 2657, and then I've been progressively growing to the point where it's at $3,001. So just put things in perspective, right? If we were to take a calculator and we take the $500, give or take, that I have generated in the past 18 months, and we divide that by 2,500, that is a whopping 20%. So in 18 days, I've been able to grow my capital by 20%, all with crypto trading, and all with that one single deposit that I made back on the 17th, and I have been growing it consistently. So let's go to the exchange, to the trading window, just to get some additional information. As far as the exchange, let me position this. We can see that we actually have two orders, and I am being very aggressive in the hopes that I can, let me expand this a little bit. So as you can see, I took advantage of this great spike. So I bought, and let me see if we can look at the arrows. And every time you see a green arrow means I bought, and then you see the red arrow which I sold. So just taking advantage from these spikes is where the money's at. So obviously, if you look at the peak, it went as high as this particular crypto went as high as 0.83 cents. And now it's at 70, right now it's at, where is it? 78 cents. So I'm still waiting for this to actually come down, for the market to correct, and then I'll pick it up once again at a low entry point, and then I will sell it for a higher price. Trades, I've been doing tons of trades, selling. The last trade was actually yesterday. Because of the fact that I was able to grow my capital so much with so much momentum, you know, I can be patient. I'm waiting for this to drop before I buy. There's not any good reason for me to buy now just to see the market collapse and then lose my gains. I would much rather be patient, wait for the market to continue correcting on a downtrend, and then pick it up at a lower value. So with that, I'll leave you with edition number 18. We're ahead of the game. We're 20% growth in terms of my initial capital, one day closer to the $1 million mark. I have a couple things that are getting ready to release, some announcements, so be ready, be on the lookout for that. Today's going to be day number 19, and I hope you tune in, the Crypto Doctor. We will see how tomorrow, what's in stock for tomorrow, if we can continue this momentum, right? 1% daily compound interest. Tuning out, the Crypto Doctor.